Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer from Crooked Stave. This is Sour Rosé. So it was canned about, well, quite fresh, about 3 months ago. So pretty good for a sour. 4% tiny, tiny beer. It is fermented in oak with raspberries and blueberries. From what I understand, this is also a second use fruit beer. Um, First use of fruit, I guess, for the more expensive sours. And then, I mean, you can see in the color. There's a little bit of like a rosé kind of hue to it, almost like watermelon. It's like got this like pinkish watermelon kind of thing going on. This used to be in their, I think, 375 ml bottles, and then they moved it onto some cans with it, actually different design, but this is a redesign. I remember 6 packs of that beer. Great value, great sour. It's been years since I've had it. Hell, I actually bought it from Total Wine. When Total Wine, I used to frequent Total Wine quite a lot in New York when they opened up on Long Island, but now it's been like 3, 4 years now. So checking out some Total Wine beer, well, Crocus Day beer from Total Wine again. So let's check this beer out. Yeah. Oh yeah. That is funky. I mean, on the nose, the immediate thing that it reminds me of Jolly Pumpkin. There is a lot of complexity to this mixed culture. It is acetic, it is lactic, it is funky. Lots of bread on this one. Um, a lot of that kind of like whetstone, Hill Farm steady kind of thing, Jolly Pumpkin kind of thing. Um, yeah, rich lactic sitting there. Maybe not so much acetic, but now I think of it, it reminds me a little bit of Hill Farmstead, but also a little bit of Jolly Pumpkin. But man, that is sour, really funky, ripping. You couldn't even smell that this was a fruity beer. That's the cool thing about this beer. The fruit is really tertiary flavor. I get a little bit of blueberry skin, strawberry skin, um, dehydrated strawberry. Like it's a very light fruitiness. This is really sour beer to the all out. 4%. I mean, this is a crusher. This has lower. Sorry, like something. This has less alcohol than freaking Bud Light at 4% instead of 4.2. But the complexity is so much there, so much bright lactic acidity, yogurty, funky, like full medium plus to full on acidity. A little bit of fruit to play in there, crushable. It almost has this kind of like it almost actually has a little bit of rosé character, a little bit of wine character to it. Wine has elevated, sorry, not elevated pH, but elevated acidity to it. Um, oh yeah, that's funky and sour. Wow. Yeah, again, I would have guessed this was a Jolly Pumpkin beer. A little cleaner. I find those beers have a little bit more rough edge to them, generally, maybe. Because generally they're not as small, and they don't express as much lactic. This is really like, boom, like clean lactic acidity. Um, and I love that the fruit just is just this kiss of flavor. It's almost like, you made a really nice kind of blonde barrel aged sour and just like literally put drops of fruit flavoring into there. Well, not actual, well, fruit flavors. They use real fruit, but just second use, where it's like most of the flavors already extracted, but you're still able to get some flavor, and I think it's really nice with this beer. This beer is absolute crusher. Um, I mean, great execution, high utility. Um, I gotta check the price point of this because this is a good price. I'm buying this 6 pack. Crush it, 4%. Just let the acid ride. It is such a tasty sour beer. Um, Unfortunately, I don't get much Glucosa here. I'm trying to think of a session sour that I would prefer over this. Jolly Pumpkin Bomb Beer comes to mind, which we do get. Great price at 4 pack, 16-ounce cans. Outside of that, this has got to be the pick. That's a solid at 90. Oh, it's a crusher. That's a solid 96. 96 for me. Like a sour rosé. I highly recommend this one. It's just an absolute crusher. 4%. What are you gonna do? Like, you drink a ton of this and just like enjoy. It's 4%, so it's 110 calories. So low calorie beer. Obviously, it's almost all of it's in the alcohol. So like people always ask what's low calorie. Well, listen, you're gonna drink low ABV if you're looking for low calorie. So that's what we get: low ABV, low calories, high flavor, high acidity, high sessionability. 96. Cheers. Next time, guys. Cheers.